Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm Shannon. This is Lifestyle Manifesting. On my channel, I talk all about manifesting as a lifestyle, every area of your life, designing your life, how you want it to be, what you want to manifest. This is all about intentionally designing your life to be the experience you want. So I wanted to start off talking about creating the story, right? Your whole life is the story that you're telling yourself. What you're currently seeing in your reality is the story you tell yourself. You're telling that story based on how you perceive yourself, that self-identity, right? The self-concept that you hold of yourself. You're telling the story based on your beliefs in reality, of how reality works, the beliefs that you hold. Those stories that you're telling to yourself manifest. So in order to manifest that desire you want, you need to start telling yourself the story that you already have, your desire. Okay, that's like living in the end, or living in the wish fulfilled, is you telling yourself the story that you already have this desire. And you can do that in infinite ways. You can know that it's your desire because because you have a thought about that desire, it already exists. When you have a thought, you're planting a seed. Okay, so you could just know it into being. You can paint a whole big picture of how that story looks. Let me answer questions because I just see, hi Shannon, I was spiraling like crazy. I keep replaying SPNI date over and over thinking I said, no, you didn't say anything wrong. You didn't say anything wrong. Well, okay, if you're feeling like you said something wrong, it's something from within you that feels that way. But in the big picture, you didn't say anything wrong. If you could align with that feeling within, like, I didn't say anything wrong, it's okay. Everything is okay. The more that you can feel that everything's okay, you're going to manifest a reality where it is okay. Okay, part of the process of understanding, like, when you're spiraling, how to gain control of your life, right? Gain control of your life through the 3D, the lower self with the ego. That's all the same thing, but I usually say lower self. So through the lower self, you're identifying with yourself, with the self, this is not even who you truly are. Who you truly are is infinite. Who you truly are is a creator. So identify yourself more with that creator within you. Okay, that creator within you knows that you can't do anything wrong. There's nothing you can get wrong. There's only learning experiences. So even if it felt like something's wrong, okay, ask yourself, it feels like something's wrong. What did I say that felt wrong? Then let's say you figure that out. Tell yourself that's not even true. It's not even true. What's only true is what you accept as true in your reality. So you didn't say anything wrong. Remember what your assumptions manifesting. And let's say, okay, you go on a date and it seems like it goes okay, but then you feel unsure at the end of the date, or you go home, maybe you're not hearing anything right away, and now you're wondering, is something wrong? You're overthinking, right? What did I say? What did I do? Did I do something wrong? It's the story you're telling yourself. And if you're feeling like something's wrong, then your world is going to mirror something is wrong. There's nothing wrong. There really is nothing wrong. So you can create that everything's okay. Here's what you want to do. You want to talk to you soothe yourself by talking to yourself, saying, you know what, it's all okay. First of all, you're God's gift to this earth. So step into that version of you who's like, you know that you're a gift. We're all gifts. We're all gifts. We're all one and connected. Okay? So focus on how you perceive yourself and how you see yourself, and see yourself in the best light. See yourself as pure love, that infinite you. Identify yourself with that version of you who's powerful, who's a creator. I'm continuing on since our coaching call, feeling more confident. Amazing. Oh, Andrea, great. All right, good. Great to hear. Feeling more confident. Isn't that powerful? It is when we're creating our own life and we're confident about it. Okay, so learn to step into your confidence. for everyone else, right? Step into your confidence, because the more confident you feel, you're creating confidently. Affirmations for conceiving a child. Yeah, well, that it's all assuming you're pregnant, right? Or assuming you have a family. Okay, so you could think about your body as healthy, like I have a healthy body. I was born to bear children. My body's healthy. I'm giving birth to beautiful children who are healthy and happy and strong, right? My body is strong and powerful. I am receiving. I'm allowing my body to give a life to another. But it's not just the affirmation, right? Like, think about, it's not what the affirmation is, but what it is. What does the affirmation make you feel, and what does that affirmation imply? So you could come up with your own affirmations. It doesn't have to be a specific affirmation. Even in my coaching, I generally don't give exact affirmations. I give ideas I want you to come up with, because you're going to be with yourself in every moment. So later tomorrow or next week, or you have a different desire, you're going to figure out what the affirmation is. The affirmation is whatever feels good to you to feel, right? Whatever could feel and imply that you have this desire already. Will manifesting an SP always work? Well, our beliefs are manifesting. So here's what you want to believe. Create the belief. Well, you're always manifesting every single person in your reality. Will you manifest that specific person? You have to create that belief behind it. Yes, it always works. It works, okay? It does work. So here's why it may feel like it's not working. If you're focusing too much on the fear of not having them in your life, right? You think you're affirming and you're like, they're in love with me and I'm the greatest and I'm a priority. And then you're coming from the place of affirming that because you want it so bad and you don't have it. Okay, that's actually coming from a place of I don't have something and I'm trying to make it happen. And when you're coming from that feeling inside, that feeling is actually more of feeling of lack. Okay, so you're going to match a reality that's showing you more lack. So how do you manifest a specific person to always work? Focus on your self-concept. Focus on how you see yourself. Focus on how the specific person is a new version of them, right? Looking at reality as all creation is existing and complete, and there are infinite versions of your specific persons. There are infinite versions of you in your reality. So you need to select the reality where you are with your specific person. What does that feel like? What does that look like? How are you acting and behaving? What do you think about? Because if you're affirming or imagining, but then 50% of the day you're feeling sad and lonely, you're going to match a reality that's sad and lonely. Okay? Or it could be hot and cold behavior. Maybe you get a message. All right? So that's why there's power in gratitude, because gratitude is when you're thankful for something that you don't even you're not needing it, right? There's gratitude and you're thankful and appreciative for that thing that you have in your life. So that matches, that feeling of gratitude within matches a feeling of having a desire. Go into that feeling of gratitude. Go into the feeling of love. What does love feel like? What does it feel like? I'm sure there's been some moments in your life where you could remember a situation where that you really feel that love, even if you have a dog or cat at home. Will it always work? You have to create that belief. Yes, it will always work. Okay, do you understand that? Your beliefs are manifesting, and if you think it's not going to work, or maybe it doesn't work, then you'll be manifesting a reality that shows you that truth. Okay, so yes, it works. Look at the success stories. Read success stories. Don't read the skeptical people that aren't manifesting. Don't read those stories, right? That's why I put success story, a playlist of success stories. So you can see people identify with the success. Don't identify with the lack or the victim mentality or it doesn't work. You really want to lose 10 kilograms, okay? What's the best way to do this? I put a self-concept course together that would be very helpful for you. What you want to do, so in that course, I'm helping you identify with the version of you who already has the body you want, that already feels the way you want to feel. The best way to do this is right now, you dissolve the old version of you who feels like you need to lose weight and start identifying with the version of you who's completely in love with your body. Okay, and you love yourself, and now imagine that 10K is gone, right? That's gone. How do you feel? Imagine looking down at the scale and seeing the number you want. Imagine telling your friends, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm this perfect weight that I wanted to be. You can assume that and become that right now. Will that manifest overnight? I mean, that is actually a possibility, but that has to be believable in your world. So start changing your beliefs about like losing weight quickly. There are so many studies that even Dr. Joe Dispenza posts these studies because he talks more in the area of health and well-being. He was talking about a study that was done where there were two groups. They were cleaning ladies, right? Two groups of cleaning ladies. And one group was told that, you're doing so much work, you should be losing weight, right? They were all overweight. So he was telling one group was told, you should be losing weight with all the work you're doing. The other group was told nothing. So at the end of the 30 days, the group who was told they should be losing weight did nothing differently in their lives, and all of them lost weight. So it was their belief in someone telling them you should be losing weight, and they're like, I should? What they also told them to do was, like when they're moving, think about your body, like, oh, my body feels lighter and my legs feel stronger. So it's like that mind-body connection, right? I started Pilates a couple months ago with the reformer, and I like that because I love they're so into the mind body, like the description of how you should be breathing. And for me, it was my pelvic floor, right? I wanted to just work on the pelvic floor. So it's imagine how you want your muscles to look. Have you ever put on the VR headset, right? And you look down. Did you ever play the boxing game? Mike, we have that. So you put it on and you see this other body, like almost look at your body that way, right? If you can imagine, even if you don't have one, but you put the VR headset on and now you look down and you see different arms, just like an avatar. Okay, so you can lose weight really easily and you don't even have to change anything, okay? But don't get so hard, don't look in the mirror and say, oh, it didn't happen. You got to stay loyal to that desire and that desired result and that identity and the self-concept of the person who feels good about their body. Because feeling good about your body is implying you lost the weight. Every step of the way, think about how you think about yourself. Be aware how you think about yourself and your body. Are you criticizing yourself? Are you pointing out your flaws? Because remember, the world's yourself pushed out. Every time you criticize yourself, it's going to reflect in your world, whether someone criticizes you directly or you see it in your world, like in your direct experience. If you're judging yourself, you're going to see. Someone might go, oh my gosh, did you gain weight? Because you're in the mirror looking and going, did I gain weight? Now, the world will mirror back to you those kind of comments. Your body responds to you. Talk to your body. Tell your cells. Your cells are powerful. Tell your cells to move in your waistline snatched or whatever, how you want it to be, right? Slim, or, imagine that you feel stronger, you feel lighter, you feel slim, you feel good. You're loving your body, okay? And you will see, because your imagination's creating, sometimes you may even take a step to, you could still eat things you want, but you may take a step to say, you know what, I'm going to just have that apple today. Or you could say, you know what, I'm going to have that ice cream, but I know that my body loves that ice cream, okay? Some of these things you can test with yourself. I did that myself. And come from a place of like, this is interesting and fun. Not like you really have to change it and you're desperately wanting to change it, but like you're more interested. How does this work? Okay, because that kind of inquisitive nature, I personally find that inquisitive nature makes it's more lighthearted, right? You're not attached to the outcome and the results and needing it to happen. Before COVID hit, I was traveling a lot, and I went like in 3 months, I went to India for New Year's. Then the next month I went to Colombia with like a girls trip. And then I went to Cancun for another like good kind of girls trip thing. So it was like all you can eat. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'd gained 8 to 10 pounds. So I was manifesting losing that weight. But what ended up happening was I was inspired to join a new gym that was like kickboxing, and they had a competition, and I was like kind of like having fun with it. And I lost the weight in 6 weeks, or less than 6 weeks. So even what was even better is I already had a list of the things that I wanted to start bringing more new things into my life. So I was like, I want to bring new things that I enjoy. I never would have known that I loved kickboxing and how fun it was, right? Not only that, on my list, I had that I wanted to learn how to do the splits. So every time I took the class, we were really stretching to do the splits, and I was like so close. So I was hitting my goals that I already had on my kind of life list, and that's why sometimes let go of the need, how it needs to be done. Does it need to be done like overnight without changing my diet or anything? I mean, it could happen. But if you kind of just let it go, I was inspired to join a gym. It all happened that way. Now I have also lost weight by affirming it and feeling it the other way. Think about how you perceive things in the world, right? And what commercials tell us. It's something like, I was just listening to Dr. Joe, some lecture of his or interview of his earlier today. I don't listen to him a lot, but there was something on YouTube. It just popped up, right? And he was talking about how, it's 95% of us, our behavior is unconscious behavior. And all that behavior is created from the external world before we were waking up, right? If we're not deliberately creating, now we're just subject to that 95% of the world, the beliefs that are out there that we just adopted and decided to accept those beliefs. And none of them are really true. They're only true if you determine and deem them to be true. Trying to sell my house and things in the house keep breaking. How do I push past this and sell it? Okay, so imagine it's sold. By the way, I'm a real estate agent too. So I imagine, right? Okay, remember why you bought the house. You want to think about why you love that house. Don't focus on broken things. Remember how you moved in that place. Okay, maybe you didn't love it, but start remembering. There have to be some good memories, right? You bought it for a reason. So, go back to that place. Paint that picture of this new family moving into this house, or new person moving into your place, right? What does that look like for them? What do you love about it? Start painting the picture, contemplating what you love about it. What's so great about it? What do you love about the rooms in the kitchen and the layout? And if there's a yard or a balcony or wherever you're at, right? What is the neighborhood like? What are all those great things about it? The more that you see those great things about it, you will see that you'll have a buyer for that place, okay? And you can also have general beliefs, like everything's working out, this is working out. Okay, hello, my SP is not contacting me like before. Okay, but the minute they're not contacting you, where are your feelings? Are you like, oh no, what's going on? Because they don't have any power outside in your reality. Because to tell you the truth, you guys, I'm just saying the same thing over and over and over in every video or every live, right? Okay, they're not contacting you because it's the story you're telling yourself. Okay, let's say, okay, you're before they were contacting you, you're getting a lot of messages. Oh, it's great contact, it's consistent, it's great. Now, at some point, it's coming from you. So at some point, either you worried about something, or you thought maybe they were too busy for you. Maybe they were busy at work or with a friend or whatever, and you didn't hear something. Now you're like, oh, is everything, in your own mind, you're like, is everything okay? Do they still like me? Might not exactly be like that, but you identify what it was. That's an example, right? Of something that you start to wonder and worry and make assumptions. What were your assumptions? Because even the first time you didn't, let's say it's 24 hours and you haven't heard from them, what is your assumption? Is your assumption, I'm sure they're busy and I'm important. And of course they're going to call me back because I'm totally great. Is that your assumption? Or was your assumption like, oh my God, did they meet someone else? Do they not like me anymore? Because if that second option, how are you reacting when that first, if there was a longer period of time? Because your assumptions manifest. So even if you're not receiving contact, it's something from it within you. It could just be it's an old thought or belief. But don't make assumptions that don't align with your desired result. Your assumptions always need to be, you're the best. Your assumption needs to be, you're the one that they want to be in a relationship with. That's what your assumption needs to be. Your assumption needs to be, they're going to be right on that phone. Okay, so you affirm that reality. You tell yourself that story. How can I manifest a family member sober? Well, you want to start imagining them doing better, right? Go to the end where they are sober. So it could be an intention. I intend that they've gotten help. I intend that start to picture like it's a family holiday and they're walking in the door just smiling and really happy and feeling good and feeling more content or happy or fulfilled and better, right? Because all of that would imply, you got to replace the picture of them not being sober. And I know how that goes. Then all the family is talking about it. It's kind of like that family drama story, right? And then you talk to mom, dad, whoever, every person in your family, and then even friends, and then they're all asking. So the whole story, it's like literally in your face, which the same situation could be with your specific person, right? That's the story that you don't want is right in your face. But you need to hold on to that story in your mind. You know what? I believe in them. I see them living with intention. I see them living a good life. I intend that they've gotten their life together. Okay, so you have to picture that more often than you're telling the story about the current situation. I worked on my self-concept and felt good and just saw my ex block me on Insta. Now I'm starting to doubt. Don't doubt. Okay, keep feeling good because, you got this. Don't worry. You've got this. It could be an accident, right? See, you got to assume when you see that, it's something old playing out, okay? But if you see, oh my God, I'm blocked, and now you're telling that story that you're blocked, and you're worried about it, and you really feel rejected, or you feel not chosen, or I get it. I know how that doesn't feel good. But identify with the power that you have within, that you are the creator, and the story that you're telling is what's manifesting. It's not like you just worked on self-concept and feel good. I mean, I'm not saying that can't happen, but it's a light. We don't ever end. Things never end, right? We're continuing to grow and expand, and we're continuing to see ourselves in a new light. This is like a lifetime. We don't just get manifestation and that's it. Life's over, right? We grow. We keep growing into it. So if you want, revise it. You don't want to spend any attention thinking they blocked you. Don't tell your friends. Don't talk to people about it. I don't care if you told them and they're already asking you. Just say, you know what? I'm not worried anymore. I'm a great person. I'm a great catch. I'm the best. I'm the best there is. I know I'm a great girlfriend. You want to think of yourself in the best light, in the highest regard. You're like a queen, like a goddess. So when you really see yourself that way, you're not going to feel so worried they blocked you, okay? Now, get so firm in who you are and imagine, because you created that version. Everyone, have you guys been proving to you need to prove this to yourself with other people than specific person or whoever that manifestation is. Keep practicing, even with your best friend. Start saying affirmations and watch what your best friend says to you, or maybe a brother, sister, or something like that. Affirm that someone buys you, a gift or gives you a certain compliment, so you can prove to yourself that your world is a reflection of you, and that will help you build the confidence and belief. So don't spend any time thinking about they blocked you. You have to stay firm in the story. So what story do you want to tell? I'm the greatest. You don't have to focus on them. You're not focusing on them specifically. You're focusing on, what does it feel like to be in a relationship? Okay? What does it imply? How is that all? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling about yourself? You'd feel cool, like calm, cool, collected. You'd feel good. You'd feel like, yeah, good. You're not like stressed and overly worried, and you don't want to live a life like that. Okay, so work on that. Like, I got this. Right? You've got this. You have to be your own kind of cheerleader for this, because it's you and your reality, and everyone's a reflection of you. Okay, I hadn't checked his Instagram in a month. Until today, he's been worse. So what are your intentions and assumptions before checking? Okay, you're like, oh, I better not check because what do you think you're going to see? This is what you ask yourself. You can check their social media, but you can't come from with the mindset of, I hope I don't see something I don't like. I hope I don't see them with another person. I hope I don't see them doing this or that, because that's you coming from a place of worry, and it's not your desire, and you're fearing. You're in a place of fear, and you're just going to manifest your reality showing you that kind of the fear that you held within. Okay, so it's that intention behind it. Now you check in with yourself and think, yeah, how did I feel? Did I feel worried about checking? Do I have any one-on-one sessions today? Well, it's for me right now, it's almost 8 p.m. in the evening. I was working earlier and then I did stuff with my kids. We had some ice cream and we did stuff. And then now I'm just home for a little bit. I'm the one that messed up. Should I still do self-concept to get him to come to me without contact? Okay, so self-concept means you are identifying as yourself with the person in the relationship. In addition, you're identifying yourself as a creator, as the God of your reality. So absolutely, everything is you. There's no one to change but you. So you're the one that messed up. I don't want you to know what you mean by that, but if you want him to get to come to you and there's no contact, without contacting him first. First of all, imagine you were going to contact him. How do you feel? Would you contact him, or would you feel like, I don't know if I should. Why? And then I would say, well, why do you think? And then if you say, I just don't know, like, is he mad at me, or does he? Okay, so that's your truth within. If that's your truth within, okay, this is just you asking yourself, like, would you contact him right now? And if your answer is like, no, because I don't know, that is telling you what your true belief is with relationship to him. That's okay. First you find out where you're at, and you're like, okay, yeah, I do feel that way. I feel scared. Because if you feel scared and worried, then he's going to reflect that. You're not going to see mirror of something the opposite. It's truth. It's non-discriminate. What you're manifesting in the world is not non-discriminate. It's what's within you. So you have to create what's within you to be matching the reality you want. So you could even practice that. You're like, yeah, I could call him. He would love to hear from me. Okay, you have to practice that so you feel like, okay, it doesn't mean you have to call him, but practice saying, yeah, he would love to hear from me. Okay, and the self-concept is, of course, he'd love to hear from you because you're the greatest. So self-concept is you seeing yourself as a priority, seeing yourself as being contacted, seeing yourself as a goddess, seeing yourself as the creator of your reality, seeing yourself as the person in a relationship. What would that look like? That would look like you're loved, or you're cherished, you're adored. You're in a relationship that you feel secure. Okay? You would feel secure. You would feel confident. You would feel relaxed. You would feel relieved. All these words that I'm saying right now, identify with those words and start feeling that. Feel security. What does it feel like to feel secure? What does it feel like to be completely secure? I just posted a video after this live. You guys, go to my the latest video I put. There was this total cute couple. I don't even know their name. It just came on my feed. I was like, oh, I have to duet this, because the wife was saying, babe, or whatever, you're so obsessed with me. And then he just the way that he was saying how obsessed in just the most beautiful, loving manner. Watch that and imagine how she feels. And now you embody, embrace that. Like, just, it feels so good to hear that. That feels so safe and so secure and so loving and so caring. That's where you need to be. That's your self-concept. That's who you are. Okay, and then that's you from identifying as a lower self. From your higher self, you're identifying as like, first of all, you're the creator. Everything's responding to you. You have the ability to literally move mountains just by changing your perspective. You can move mountains. I'm doing great. How are you? I have some more followers. Thanks for all the new people following me. Everyone listen to Shannon. She's amazing. She helped me manifest weight loss and SP. How to manifest SP, reaching out without contacting them. Push away both SP and myself, but I won't contact. I know, so I just went through that exercise. You need to do that exercise, okay? Because you're saying you won't contact. Just practice contacting. Just practice what that feels like. Practice that it would feel natural to call them. Because if you're like, really, think about the place you're coming from when you're like, but I won't contact them, okay? I get it. You want them to pursue you. You want them to chase you. But I'm just tweaking a little bit to help you feel. I mean, when you're in a relationship, there's no worry about contacting each other. It's daily messages back and forth, right? So practice that. Practice what that feels like, that you would have no worry and no doubt to reach out to them. You want to align with that version of you that would be like, yeah, that's my boyfriend or that's my girlfriend. Of course, I'm texting them 1 million times a day and they're texting me back 5 million times back. Now, manifest them reaching out. Okay, this is about how you feel. It's about how you feel, okay? It's about feeling and knowing this desire is already yours. How can you feel that? What does it feel? You just imagine your phone right now and you have a message from them. What does that feel like? Okay. Imagine that. That's why when we have imaginal scenes or affirmations, you're contemplating and picturing that reality because it feels good. So take an imaginal scene where they're sending you the cutest message or like maybe spicy message and you're messaging back and then they're telling you like how much they love and care about you. And they just love being in, that you're in their life, that you're everything to them. So how does that make you feel? Imagine that version of you is existing right now with your person. Yeah, I understand you want them to reach out, but okay, so sometimes I'm just gonna see, it doesn't mean this is the case for you, but sometimes we're like, I prefer them to reach out than me reaching out because I don't want to be rejected. Okay, I'm not saying you're doing that, just this is self-inquiry for yourself, right? You're going to inquire within yourself. Do I feel that way? Do I feel worried like I'd be rejected? Because then that's still, you want to feel more relaxed about this, okay? J, is calmly setting boundaries with SP a way of reacting to the 3D? No, not at all. You should set boundaries, or is it a sign of better self-concept? Yes, you want to be setting boundaries. When you have boundaries, your world is going to reflect that. If you have no boundaries, your world will show you have no boundaries. You don't want to have a reality with no boundaries. Make sure you're setting boundaries. And if you're currently with your specific person, I would say yes, set the boundaries. Don't worry. You want that old version to die off. You do not want the version of them who does not see boundaries within your reality. I mean, you could even tell them if you're in a relationship that just, maybe it's friends with benefits and you've been trying, this is not working. I say cut it off. Go ahead, cut it off. And say, no, that's not what I want anymore. And now you affirm self-concept. They could message you the next day saying, oh my God, it just hit me like bricks. I mean, I really care about you and I want a relationship with you. But you have to be clear that you want a relationship. Not that you're just settling for the friends with benefits, right? And that's an example. I'm not saying that's your situation, but as an example, right? The more you're clear on how you're treated, how you expect to be treated, how you expect to treat yourself, right? All of that will reflect out in your world. Simone, me and my husband are happily married, living in Austin, Texas. Beautiful. See, Hot Cheeto, what if I can't stop assuming everything SP says is a lie because of bad old stories just makes me defensive? Well, so you need to identify yourself a little more as the creator, or a lot more, right? That would be helpful. Because here's the thing. Can you look at a bigger picture of the story, why you're here? Don't you see that I know your name, so I know you've come to my lives for a long time. So you understand on some level that you're creating your reality. And there's a bigger picture here. It's not like we came here just to live life and die. I mean, there is more. Don't you see that? Don't you see you're infinite? What if we came to this to have this experience to be limited? Because infinitely we are love and bliss and there's no contrast, but we're here in this human body to experience and wake up to realize who we are. So everything that you experienced that was a lie, what if, I couldn't think of the word, what if you came here knowing you were going to be in these kind of situations so you can have that experience, so you could forget who you really truly are, which is you are the God of your reality. You are source energy. You are connected to that. So as far as like all the lies and the old stories, can you like look at it just from a different perspective? What if you did come here for that experience and to wake up? Because this is looking from the eyes of a broader perspective and not through the eyes of your person, right? Your identity, but looking through the eyes of that higher self, that there's something more. So you can overcome that. Start identifying with that version of you that knows that you are going to experience all of this, whatever, right? I personally experienced losing everything I knew my life to be. I'm telling you, it's magical. My world truly feels magical. I mean, even when I go anywhere, it feels, this wasn't the case. Okay, it was okay. But I see that I deliberately created that I feel supported wherever I go. If I go to a gas station, there's always someone who's going above and beyond. So nice, okay? It's reciprocal in my reality. I reciprocate as well, but I created a reality where it's very safe and it feels secure, and people support me, and it's very harmonious and it feels peaceful. So I affirmed that reality. So look at a bigger picture, because if I'm going to focus on all that negative stuff that went down, I would not be where I'm at right now. I would be identifying as the version of me who's a victim, who's hurt. Instead, I woke up to realize my power. I started noticing everything I was thinking was happening. And I just came to the realization, I was like, I'm not living that life anymore. So focus on how you want your reality to look. So that's a bigger picture, okay? And that could definitely help you see something in a different way. And start telling yourself, you were already born valuable. You were born to come here. You're already whole and perfect and worthy, whole, perfect, worthy. And you came here to receive, and you came here to create, and you came here to wake up to this creative power, and you came here to realize that you are truly the God of your reality, like operant power. If you test it with all different things, you will prove it to yourself. I've proven it to myself with the craziest things. How do I get green street lights all the time? Okay, because I wondered, I'm like, you mean, I'm talking to myself, right? I was like, wait, I create everything? Like I started realizing I could see that I was creating everything that was happening in my own world, whatever I thought about something. Even my son, his teeth were all separated. And I just had a realization. I go, oh my God, I've been saying that his teeth look like SpongeBob. And not that it's a bad thing, right? It's not, it was only a perception. And then, so I just wanted to test it out. So I started picturing that, well, at the time I was a single mom and like had just gotten divorced, and I kind of realized, it was like, you know, have you had these realizations where you're like, aha, aha. So I was like, I'm creating my son's teeth. It's not that it's created, it's just, it didn't matter either way. All I had to do was prove it to myself by, I started saying in my own head, his teeth are coming in really straight, right? And then I started to imagine his teeth. I kind of put my teeth on his if I imagine him with a smile. And I imagine him even older, like having that, a smile, okay? More to prove it to myself. Is there anything wrong with your teeth having, you know, whatever? That they're not perfectly straight? No, I'm not looking from that perspective. I'm just testing things. And then another time I said, my son was like 7 at the time. Now he's 8. So last year I started affirming. I was like, let me see this. I was like, he just has a naturally muscular body. He didn't, but I was affirming that his body is naturally muscular. And I just wanted to see what would happen, right? So all of a sudden he started like grabbing my hand weights, and he's like, I want muscles. I didn't say anything to anyone. I just started affirming it to test it. So he's grabbing weights, he's lifting weights. And this is even funny because then he goes, guess what? My friend at school has a 6-pack. He was telling me this like at the end of the school year. I'm like, oh, really? His friend that's in gymnastics. And then he's telling me about his big muscles. So not only have I manifested my own son, like interested in building muscles at 8 years old, which, okay, there's no right or wrong. This is all creative, right? But I've manifested him, and then now he's got friends who are muscular with 6-packs and muscles. Okay, so here's what it does. It proves to me that I'm the operant power. It proves to me that whatever story I'm telling and affirming is manifesting. Okay, so do I need my kid to have muscles? It doesn't matter. I just wanted to see, you know. So do you get that the old story? Let it go and let that dissolve. Let it die away. Neville Goddard would say, die to the old man. And the old man is the old version of you. Die completely to the old version of you. You know, the new course that I created about a month ago, I launched it about a month ago. That course is all about it's dying to the old self, right? Die to the old man. And now you rise in consciousness to the version of you right now in your desire. If you have your specific person, how do you feel? Okay, so that course goes through exercises to get you in that mind space. You only have to identify, assume that reality, and it will manifest. But you need to stay loyal to that desire. You need to stay loyal to that, painting that picture or knowing it's already yours because it's coming from you. Get it through your head. You know, okay, you got it now, right? You got it. It's coming from you. It's not like outside of us when we hear law of attraction and we're magnetically attracting. We're only aligning to a reality that comes from our imagination. And it's actually really incredible and so cool. I can't even tell you all. Those are just a couple examples of things that I started to inquire. I was like, what about this? What about that? People that I see, I just think about them and I run into them. Okay. Even with my real estate business, things that I affirm, even with investment, I affirmed manifesting $100,000 exactly when that was kind of crazy. Okay. Am I going to go logical, or now that I know I'm manifesting, all I have to do is not script out, but like imagine or affirm, tell the story, paint that story of what I want it to be. So am I going to do that, or am I going to be my old realistic self, identifying with my old self that thinks reality is solid and firm? There's you have infinite potential and possibilities. So step away from being defensive, because if you're defensive, you're going to you're going to manifest a reality showing you defensive. I was laughing because I went back to your question, like this is like a half hour later or whatever, 15 minutes later. Okay, but everyone else listening, right? If I'm not answering your question right now, don't worry about that. Just listen to what I'm saying and let that resonate and let that sink in. And now you go out in the world and you test. You just get inquisitive and say, like, right when I have Lollapalooza coming up next week in Chicago, and 2 years ago I manifested getting a 4D ticket for free. Not only that, I started affirming. I'm manifesting. I wanted to go to concerts. I was like, yeah, I should go to more concerts. That'd be more fun, right? And then literally everyone was inviting me to go to concerts for free. I had maybe like 4 or 5 people take me to great concerts. The radio station called me 3 months in a row and in my whole life, I never manifested winning stuff. I imagined that that's what I had. I imagined telling people, yeah, that's what I imagined with my inner conversations. What are you saying to yourself? Now, get away from the old version of you and start stepping into, like, this is fun. This is really magical. This is cool. This is fun. What do you want to create? Everything is responding to you in your reality. What do you want? All you have to do is get clear on what you want. Sunshine days. I like that. It's a sunshine day. Okay, you know the Brady Bunch. My SP has reached out after 9 months of no contact. I don't know what to do now. Yay, good problem to have. Okay, so here's the thing, right? You get the message and now you're like, oh, now what? Like, because in your head, maybe you're already in a relationship, but still keep living in the end in your head of the relationship, right? You don't know what to do. It's natural. What do? You just assume this is progressing like a natural, normal relationship. You assume that they are so interested in you. You assume that you're the best choice and the only amazing one that they see in their life. I don't have my lights on. I was in front of the window and now it's getting really dark. You guys. So it's not about what you affirm. It's like, what are you thinking about? Okay. Affirmations are just to create new thoughts. Now my dog's scratching his thing. Okay. So what do you affirm? Well, all you have to do is tell yourself in your mind how you want it to be. Oh, I want to start communicating more, right? So you're imagining and picture that communicating more. Imagine that they're asking you on dates. Imagine that they take initiative. Imagine that they are really good at planning dates and coming up with really great ideas. Imagine that they get a bonus from work and take you on a trip. I mean, test that stuff yourself. Why not? How can I manifest a loving family? Well, you just assume a loving family. Are you saying your family to be loving or to be in a relationship of a loving family? Get clear on what you want and affirm that reality. I also have a free Facebook group if you want support, if you're new, there were some new people here and you want support and you want that kind of community to help you. I have that as well. I have also, if you want to level up, join my VIP group, do my self-concept course. I also have one-on-one coaching. What to do when SP is disrespectful out of the blue? Well, you want to have boundaries. You do want to, what feels right to you? First of all, don't accept that behavior. You can say something to them. You could affirm. You don't even have to say anything to them. You can affirm in your mind that they're apologizing and they realize and they can't even believe they ever, that they would treat you that way or act that way or say something to you. So how do you want it to look? That's how you affirm it. That's what you do. You affirm that reality, you picture that reality, and you imagine that. How to manifest feeling of safety in a relationship or dating stage. What does it feel like to feel safe? And what does it feel like to feel secure, right? You want to date it. You want to generate those feelings in order for that to reflect back to you in your reality. Feeling safe, feeling secure. Even affirming that is going to match a reality where you will feel, even if you don't feel it in the beginning, with any affirmation, the more you're affirming it, you will feel it. You'll be guided to take steps in your reality that make you feel that way. You can remember a moment when you were, growing up or as a child or a certain situation, how your parents made you feel safe. Anyone in your reality made you feel safe. Maybe you feel safe in your home. What does it feel to feel safe in your home? To know that you have this place to live and it feels safe and it feels secure and it feels comfortable. So there are really many, many ways to feel safety. You just have to identify with feeling safe, feel chosen, feel wanted. It's you creating that and cultivating that feeling within you. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going out. So have an amazing evening or day. It's obviously dark here. I don't have any lights on. And you guys are powerful. If you do need additional help, like I said, I have my free Facebook group. If I'm not answering, other people are helping you there. It's a community. It's helpful. My new course that so many people had asked me to come up with a course. So I came out with a course that's been so successful. And I took that from all my successes, from my clients, from myself, and I put that together so you could do that self-study. It could be done in one day, but maybe you want to expand it to be, 2 or 3 days just to let it sink in. And then you're going to implement that for the next at least 30 days to stay on target with that new identity. Okay. Love you all. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.